Hello, and welcome back to Cheap Homes. It's been a long time since I made a video that actually has something to do with the house. 1232 Straits Parkway, 1232 Straits Parkway in Middlebury. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,700 square feet, 250 grand. Taxes are 4,400. City water, city sewer. It's on about a little over half an acre. 2-car garage. It's the best I can find out there, and it's actually close by. There's some interesting stuff always, like in Maine or uh, New York. Actually, there's starting to become some interesting stuff up in Vermont again. Vermont got a little pricey. Uh, the car market, I'd still tell you to hold off on buying a car, but new cars are getting cheap. But listen, I'm not a mechanic, but I always heard that, the new cars are junk. Well, listen, no, everybody is saying these new cars are junk. Like, I wouldn't buy one. And the repos are coming in faster than they ever have. So, what that means is you're going to see car prices dropping ridiculous. As a matter of fact, a lot of the dealers seem to be, what's the word? They seem to be compensating for the market faster than the private owner of vehicles. And cash cars, most places, I'd say a cash car is under 5 grand. I'm here in La La Land, I call it, Fairfield County. Actually, I'm right outside of it. But I'd say a cash car here, yeah, it's 10 grand. 10 grand. Even somebody who, can't get financing, they can get all the 10 grand there. I don't know how. They get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Anyway, so that's all I got. I was going to show you my loser betting slips. I'm not even going to take them out because, like, you're going to believe me. I bought them because I lost. I bet 60 euro on Cracker Malo winning the election back in February in Ireland to the Power Patty. I figure, actually, I didn't figure well. The people who know me, I told them no. There's no other way. That so far, everything I've seen Trump done, which isn't anything because he's not in office. I actually like it all. I actually love it. Like, Elon Musk is going to fire all these government employees. Thank God Almighty. You'll be standing right behind me on the DSS line trying to get your food stamps renewed. It's like a full time job, this bullshit. Anyway, get ready. I like that stuff. This efficiency thing, if anybody can do this, it's Musk. I mean, that's what Musk does. He took rockets and said, well, how much do all the materials cost to make this rocket? And the rocket costs this amount. Okay, so he didn't know anything about rockets. He just, okay, I'll take this and I'll make this rocket for half the price. That's SpaceX. So he's good at this. He's proven he's got a track record. Very efficient. So we'll see. One thing I've warned people about, if Trump was going to be president again, he will wind up being a more of a domestic policy president. I actually like this attorney general. I know she's a cunt and she'd put me in jail faster than anybody, but hopefully she's going to address this fentanyl issue. Not that I heard like Florida was fentanyl free, but I'm tired of watching my people die and nobody cares. And I like that this Kennedy guy is talking about your food supply. Listen, America, your food supply sucks. They got them GMOs. Everything's GMO. There's GMO and non GMO. Well, GMOs are genetically modified so that they can spray the whole field with Roundup. Well, Roundup is scientifically designed to get in the vascular system of the plants to kill the plant. It doesn't kill the plant, but it still gets in the vascular system, which means you can wash that lettuce all day long. You got Roundup straight through your lettuce. You don't need dressing. And the colon cancer, which I actually had 6 precancerous polyps removed from my colon and a precancerous polyp removed from my stomach. But those are issues, and they might be related somewhat to the food supply. Because I did eat GMOs, but I don't. Generally, I try not to. In Europe, they're illegal. Hello, and the Germans own Monsanto. They own Roundup, and it's illegal. See, that's the difference between capitalism and socialism. Like, the socialists actually give a fuck about your life. Anyway, so it's going to be very interesting. I think Trump's foreign policy with the tariffs, tariffs, bro, you still got the dollar. Your tariffs are going to cost you the dollar. The BRICS, the formation of the BRICS, let me explain to you where this is because, Tucker Carlson tried to tell you you're fucked. You lose the standard currency of the world. And they fired him and never let him on TV again. So they'll probably fire me off YouTube. Thank God. So anyway, the BRICS. I won't explain to you how important the dollar is. But what I will explain is maybe I'll do that some other time, a little more complicated, not that complicated. You can send a message to Missy Papa George. She'll make a video. She's going to hate me for that. Explain it to you because I explained it to her. So anyway, you see, you get some leeway there. You can just say, well, this is how he taught me. It's pretty brutal. Anyway, so the BRICS, you got 200 nations who are in line, have expressed interest in joining the BRICS. Now, why are they why is China dialing this down slowly? Well, he's dialing it down slowly, Xi Jinping. Yes, sir. Because he doesn't want to start a world war, because it will. I mean, it would collapse everything. It'd be over. Like, bing. You don't understand that. I'll explain it to you some other time. But what it is he's not necessarily won't create a war. And plus, you got 200 nations. I mean, they got a history. They got their own conflicts amongst each other. But hey, listen, when it comes to taking down the dollar, you talk to the Saudis and the Iranians, they say, you know what? We'll forgive all the people you killed. We want to get that dollar. Because Saudi Arabia now is allied with Iran. And the oil, listen, the oil's going to $40 a barrel. What the Chinese, with the Russians and everybody, were doing before, pumping oil, that's what they're going to do again. Because see, to get a barrel of oil out of the ground costs the United States $40 to get a barrel of oil out of our ground. But it doesn't cost the Saudis that. Saudis make money at 20, 25, something like that. So they'll bring it below 40. You'll be pumping oil, and every fucking barrel you pump, you'll be losing money. Listen, I'll tell you a story, because this was what was going on during the COVID lockdown. I went into the bank. I started talking to the banker. I gave her a great stock tip, but I probably didn't. I didn't take it. I sold, of course. But it was, it's a shitty company. It's that company that makes electric trucks, not Tesla, the other one. The scam company. That was a problem. It was a scam. I looked up the CEO. I couldn't find anything about the guy. I was like, oh, shit. At least me, you'll find out all kinds of shit about me. You won't like any of it, but at least it's there. I don't hide it. So anyway, back to the BRICS. This is gonna put this in fast forward motion. There's gonna be pressure not only within China but outside of China and Russia and the current BRICS nations to start bringing people in, both within the current BRICS nations and outside of them. Now, so go ahead, put a tariff on something. All your dollars are going to come back. You'll have plenty of money to spend. You stacks for a gallon of milk when the shit goes down. And it is going down. It's over. Like, there really isn't anything you could do. But the one thing that does back the dollar, I'll explain that, is your economy. Now, part of your economy, of course, is your military. But what's going to be backing the dollar is AI, This is the two thrusts that have, like the dollar is going to shit. Okay, AI is going to heaven, and oil is going to be flowing. Well, listen. The fact of the matter is there is global warming. If you live down in Florida, you know the water's too goddamn warm, and you might have a hurricane for Christmas coming in instead of a snowstorm because the water's so warm. But so you want the world to, I don't know, we're gonna like sacrifice the entire earth for the dollar. This is how deeply you think the world is enslaved. Yeah, they were. They're not now. They're not. And then we're gonna have AI, so it's gonna make us all puppets. So we're not even gonna know when we're fucking, you know, dying of heat exhaustion, which actually will eventually turn into freezing. We'll freeze the earth. We'll have a second ice age, just like we're gonna have fucking winter this year, bro. It's like we had winter last year, we had it this year, we had the ice age, we're gonna have it again. So we might speed it up a little bit or something. It's gonna happen. So yeah, this and the world has been preparing themselves for a Trump presidency. And you see, he's getting all into domestic stuff, much like he didn't before. Now he's trying to just deport people. You have no idea what this is going to cost to deport people. No idea. And you have no idea what happens. See, let me explain. I will explain this. Because I say I live in, I'm going to say it, I live in Dublin, even though I've been stuck here for years. But in Dublin, we have a whole bunch of refugees from America's wars. And it's a good place to send them because we're the UN's peacekeeping force. We do not engage in military conflict outside of our borders. Yes, you say the Irish are terrorists. Yes. What the fuck are you then? I don't know. But we take a lot of these people in, and you know they speak freely, and we allow them to. And well, I wouldn't say we promote it, but we definitely don't. Like if someone says, "Hey, don't say that," someone will pipe up and say, "Hey, we got free speech in this country." Wow. Happened to me at a football game. World soccer, excuse me. Americans might not get that football. But yeah, so this is kind of like becoming a rant. But yeah, it's going to speed up the whole process of the BRICS. I think, you know, Gigi is sort of set on, you know, not bringing the world to war. That's a priority. But these tariffs could screw shit up so bad. It's like, it'll be a lot easier to make friends with an enemy. Anyway, so good luck, America. I started out on your team. You decided you wanted your government, the people who are your government, that is your government. The rest of you are the government's people. If you don't believe it, study the guys who created our system. What were they? No, they were great generals, humanitarians. Yeah, they were plantation owners, bro. That's all they knew for generations. They were born, bred, and raised to be slave owners. Couldn't create anything else but a plantation. Ask the world, you've enslaved them successfully for decades. And it's over. It is over. And it's going to happen anyway. Which is going to happen a lot faster, which would be just a lot more painful, a lot more obvious. And you got all these people you brought here. It's like, supposedly like 30 million people came into the United States over the last 4 years. That's like 1 in 10 of every people that you see just got here in the last 4 or 5 years. That's crazy. But, so these people, let me get back to Ireland and explain this. What happens is they become part of this cultural mix in the city, which is very anti-American. If you talk to the Irish outside of Dublin, they'll tell you Dublin is anti-American, That's because we have all these refugees and we associate with them, and you know, so what they say, some of it makes sense. When the Iraqi girl told me I destroyed her country, well, it made sense. But when you send these people back and they had a bad experience here and blah 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 blah. Like I was in jail with a guy. He was older guy, nice guy, Mexican guy. He's gonna be going back. I think I don't know if he's going back to Mexico City, but he didn't like it here anymore. Well, he's gonna be in Mexico City. Millions of people there. They're gonna be bumping elbows with this guy, and he's gonna be talking shit about you. You don't care? All right. You're gonna see this, and it's not gonna be pretty. That's the only thing I could see is economic foreign policy is it's going to work in reverse, and he's going to be dealing with a recession here at the same time, and you're going to be trying to cut spending and cutting government job. This is going to be a crazy recession, crazy, and he's just going to make it worse. Worse not in the long run, worse in the short term. That's going to be the crazy thing. Oh, you're worried about what kind of country you're going to leave for your children? Well, that's good because we're going to pay for it now. Have a nice night.